Hi again, everybody, and thanks for joining me again here on my journey towards my master's degree. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, though, I want to catch you up a little bit and let you know why I'm even bothering to record this. After 35 years in radio and television and an overlapping career in law enforcement, I came to work here at National University as a director of digital media productions. Basically, I produce video for National University. And as part of the indoctrination process here, the get to know you process, the chancellor suggested that it would be very wise for me to go back and get my master's degree. And there's a lot of great reasons to do that. If you're thinking about going back to school, you can imagine what all those reasons are. But I decided to get my master's in organizational leadership. So we're kind of documenting that experience. The first month, we talked a lot about consulting. That was the basic class. And what I really learned was I really need to be conscious of how I bring my experience to the organization I'm working in. Whether as an internal consultant, an external consultant, how I approach others is every bit as important as the knowledge that I bring. And I really have some things to work on in that area and will continue to work on, but a great area of personal growth for me just in that one class. I just finished analysis and decision making. Again, incredible revelations, things that I had never considered. For example, how one little simple decision or seemingly simple decision in our lives is affected by so many things that came before it, biases, previous knowledge, or what we thought was knowledge. And if you're depending on other folks to give you information on which to base a decision, you have to ask yourself, what are their biases? What do they really know about the topic? Did they have a good breakfast that day? Because the brain doesn't work very well without glucose. I mean, we learned a lot of really interesting things that I'll continue to explore and learn more about. But what I want to share with you is this next class that's coming up, because if you're thinking about going back to school, this class is right on point. It is adult development and worldview. I've done some pre-reading for it, listened to some pre-lectures already. The class doesn't even start until tomorrow night. I'm so excited, I can't even begin to tell you. Because one of the theories that I came across was that we don't tend to develop much or grow much in terms of our ability to interact with others, learn new things and so forth, past the age of 30. Now remember, this is just one theory, but it really rang true for me, because why do we need to learn much after a certain age? If we are content with our job, our family, the situation we're in, we're dealing with everything pretty well, hey, what else is there to learn? But sometimes we get that feeling in our lives that there's more and that we want to go further, or that something's just not quite right. And that kind of spurs us to develop more as a human being. Well, I think that's maybe what has happened with me here. And sometimes it's an individual that you look at as a leader that maybe you want to emulate or be a little bit more like. Well, for me, that just happens to be the chancellor, who I view as a great leader, somebody I'd like to be like, somebody I'd like to support in this organization, but I was somehow aware that I didn't have all the skills that I needed to do that. Well, wouldn't you know, he's the exact guy that gave me the little kick in the pants and said, go back and get your master's. So I think there's so much that I'm going to learn in this upcoming class, so much growth that's going to take place, and a lot of that is going to center around what it means to be a leader and the skills that you need to develop. The good news is, if you make a conscious decision, even past the age of 30, according to this one theorist, you make a conscious decision to learn, the world's wide open to you to go back and learn. So I've made a conscious decision to go back to school, spurred on by somebody that I admire. So really think about that. If it's something that you want to do in your life to get more education, to advance your career, it's never, ever, ever too late to do that. I haven't found a single theory that says that it is. So I'd really encourage you to take a look at it. National University is the place for me. I mean, I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to learn more in this next class and share that with you. But I also want to share just one little quote, and I've got it written down here. And it has to do with that age limitation. This particular theorist said, stop acting your age, start being yourself. Stop acting your age, start being yourself. Man, this is going to be an exciting month, and I can't wait to share with you the next time around and tell you how this class went. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about going back to school, going to National University, any place at all, please get in touch with me directly. I'd love to share more of my experience with you. Thanks for hanging out and listening to what I had to say. I know it meant a lot to me. I hope it meant just a fraction to you of what it meant to me. So we'll talk to you again really soon.